Guess it would help if I turned my camera on, wouldn't it? Anyways. Wouldn't be right any other way. Hello there, family, crafty family. How are you doing this evening? I am Eve with the Baby's Booty, and tonight we are doing a potential BlingFest project. Okay, so I have this idea, and I thought about it today, and I was like, this should work. I know it will work. I know it'll work, but will it work? I don't know. I'm gonna let you guys help me decide and weigh in on it. And if it does work, um, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. So I'll let you guys know what the project is here in a moment. But for now, I would like to say welcome. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. I know you could have been anywhere on this gorgeous Sunday evening, but you're here with us, and I definitely appreciate it. I am going to jump in the chat a little early tonight and go ahead and say hi to the folks that are joining us, because what I would like to try is going to take some planning and some silhouette building type situation. So that's what we're going to work with tonight. And we'll go from there and see how it works out. But at any rate, we got Monique Johnson in the house showing up in my list first. Welcome, my dear, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. We also have Knick-Knack Nurse. Hey, honey. Welcome, neighbor. Thanks for being here. Josette Loverchag. Hey, hun. Welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. So Crafty is in the house. I was just talking about you today. Welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Miss 143, welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Martha Jordan. Hey, Martha Jordan. Welcome. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Cheryl Green. Hey, Cheryl Green. Welcome. Thank you for coming to hang out. Boyd Apparel and Designs. Good evening. Welcome. Thank you for coming to hang out with us. Miss Sharon Davenport, no worries. I totally understand, but thank you for being here anyways. And thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate you. We have Miss Ethel Smith Ames. Hey, hun. Welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Picture Me Crafting. Hey, honey, again. Welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member here on the channel as well. Greg Barker. Hey, Greg. Welcome, and thank you for hanging out with us and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Then we have, hi, Sheila Cushionberry. I was just talking about you too. Oh my gosh. Hey, hun. Welcome. It was a decent week. It was very busy. So this week I might have missed emails. I might have missed chats. I might have missed all kind of stuff because we had the supervisor this week, even though he's going to be gone for a week. So I'm going to miss him this week coming. But you don't realize how busy you are until you have to run after a supervisor. Okay. So like we are on go at all times, except for nap time. So yeah, we've been busy. Tammy the Bag Lady, welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Mama Vi, hey Mama Vi, welcome. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. DB, welcome. Thank you so very much for hanging out with us. And then we got Chris Smith Calabo hailing in from the 8,500 inch TV. Welcome. Thank you for coming to hang out with us and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member here on the channel. I appreciate you, my dear. Danny, hey Danny Krabs USA, welcome. Happy Sunday to you as well in the bushes. Thank you for letting us know you're there and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Precious Pieces, hey honey, welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Hey Donzel, welcome. Thank you for coming to hang out with us this evening. Then we got Mylene Smith, who is also a YouTube Hoop Group member. Thank you very much. And Kristen is here to hang out. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Beverly Smith, Kevin Moore, both of you. Hey, Kevin. Thank you, Beverly and Kevin, for being YouTube Hoop Group members here on the channel. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Hey, Andrea Butler. Welcome, my dear. Thank you for coming to hang out with us. Porgy Town. Hey, Porgy Town. Welcome. Thank you for coming to hang out and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. And then we got the Murray Effects in the house. Hey, Miss Tracy. Welcome. Thank you for coming to hang out with us. We got Crafty Leo. How's my crafty niece? She doing good? I know she getting big. Do she jam out with Gracie's Corner too? Y'all, I have been completely smitten with Gracie's Corner. When I tell you, we've been jamming like hard. Okay, Gracie, like play me, ask me to sing some of the songs. Okay, I'm just saying. I about know them all, and it's only been a week. So yeah, we've been having a good time. Tell my crafty niece I say, hey, give her a squeeze for me. And thank you for being a member here on our channel of the Hoop Group. Miss Marilyn. Hey Marilyn, welcome. Been thinking about you this week because I was like, ooh, all the quilting we could be doing. And I'm running after a supervisor. Boy, I tell you, the trade-off is real. So welcome and thank you for being a member here on our channel and a moderator. Anna Bo, welcome. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. And a couple more. Wonder if I need to bring an extra suitcase for the goodies from me, probably not an extra suitcase. A little bit of extra space, yes, but not an extra suitcase. Now, if you're going to the warehouse, probably, but we'll get to that here in a moment. Hey, Lori Campbell, welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. A couple more. Hey, Jesse Gibson, welcome. Hey, Nikki A, welcome. Thank you both for coming to hang out. Nicole Holbrook, thank you for being here and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. And let's see, did I say hey to Donzel? Hey, Donzel, welcome. Coretta Brown, Coco Creations. Welcome. Coco Creation. I love it. Smurf Creations. Welcome and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. And I'm going to start scrolling, y'all. Hey, Miss Diane Wilson. Let's see. Shantia Shanae Brown. Lolita Scott. Welcome to all of you. Mylene. Hey, honey. Welcome. Thank you, Mylene, for being a YouTube Hoop Group member here on our channel. I appreciate it. Doris Leonard. Welcome. Thank you for coming to hang out with us. And if you are in the bushes and you're new, go ahead and give us a shout out. Say hi, if you don't mind. We appreciate you being here for the first time. Hopefully you'll enjoy it here on our channel. We'll get started with the craft here in a moment. I do like to say hello to the folks who come in and hang out with us so that folks can feel seen because you didn't have to be here. So I definitely want to say hi to folks. And Miss Evelyn, hey Evelyn, welcome. So I'm gonna scroll because I do. It could help to have the camera on, right, Annabelle? Like really. Hey Miss Sandra, Blue Emerald Creations. Welcome, welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Hey Shay, welcome. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Even though I apologize for not going to the mailbox this week, girl. Oof, I tell you. Hey Teresa Chapman, welcome. Hey Patrice, welcome. Hey honey bunny. Okay, so Melody Thomas, hey honey, welcome. So I'm gonna scroll and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group members. I'm gonna scroll. Okay, so first things first, I want to mention because the project that we're going to do tonight is in regards to the BlingFest, possibly. Time you. We'll see how it goes once we get into. You was gifted a brand new Beaver hat press. Holler, that's what's up. Congratulations on your new hat press. What did this boy do to my bell? Lord, gee, how? I tell y'all, little boys, I don't understand how they do certain things. There is no. Okay. Apparently, there is a way. Holler, y'all, honey. Yeah, thank you so very much for letting us know you got a new baby. Congratulations, and Greg Barker, member for 27 months. Holler, y'all, honey. Yes. Yeah, that little fella comes and gets a hold of my bells, y'all. Oh my gosh. I'd be like, look, fella, look. He's a good boy. Oh, yeah, okay. He is a good boy. Now, I don't have issues out of him at all. Okay. And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. But when I tell you little people can see stuff that you don't think they can see and you don't forgot about whatever it is that they seeing, yeah, it's the struggle is real. Hey, Eartha Lewis, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see your name. Hopefully you've been doing well. Hey, Stacy. Okay. Hey, Karen D, welcome. Karen D, is you dropping surprises again this year? I want to know. Miss Joy is a member for 22 months. Holla. Yes, honey. Yes, I love this family too. Okay, so I want to ask. I understand, Lisa, definitely, because my one can count for two if you ain't careful. So I'm working on a project for BlingFest, and you might be new here and want to know Yeah, that is his way of saying he was here. He got a whole lot of ways. You can tell he was here. But then again, Grammy lets him do whatever for the most part. Um, you may not know what the BlingFest is. Okay. True story template on my Cricut Joy, which didn't go great. Have I ever cut rhinestone flock on the locklick cutter? I don't have a locklick cutter. But this is what I would recommend. I'm gonna address this real quick for Keisha. What I would recommend, what I would recommend is, actually, let's start from the beginning. How are you putting your flock on the cutter? Are you putting it on the mat with the backing on, or are you putting it on the mat without the backing? That's question number one. You can do either way. So if you're new here and want to learn how to calibrate your cutter for rhinestone flock, this is a perfect opportunity to talk about it, because that's what we're going to do, is talk about it. It was on the mat with the backing. Okay. Your mat, was it and just for reference, this is what we are discussing. We're discussing rhinestone flock. That's what this is. It's a flocked material. It's very suede feeling. It feels like suede. And on the back, there's a grid, which I think is in metric, but there's a grid on the back. This is a 24-inch roll. We offer 24-inch roll cuts of this. We also offer 12-inch roll cuts of this. You can put this on the mat, or if you have a cutting machine, you can cut it off of the mat as well. Like my Graph Tech, I don't need a mat. I want to make sure I'm saying this right. Romeo, I'm pretty sure it doesn't need the mat either. But it doesn't need the mat. I've cut it without the mat. Cricut, I need the mat. My Silhouette, I used to use the mat. I don't cut it with my Silhouette. The Silhouette doesn't cut it well at all. It cuts ovals, not circles. So I have issues with my Silhouette cutting the flock. But this backing can peel off, and when you peel it off, it's sticky. It's tacky on the back, and you can cut your material on a mat. Now you can't cut it matless with the backing not on it, but if you're cutting it on a mat, you can cut it without the backing. So when you peel it, it has, it's just kind of sticky on the back of this, and it can stick to the mat. So just a word of caution before I go into cutting it with the backing on, if you cut it without the backing on, try and find a mat that's not as sticky, because you're putting one sticky thing to another thing that's sticky, and it could cause adhesion issues and tear your flock when you go to peel it off the mat, because all of those holes, it could rip in between the holes, because all of that glue is holding on super tight. Lena Doyle Crafting is a member here for 43 months. Yes, honey. Yes. Thank you, Miss Lena Doyle. We appreciate that so very much. I did see Patrick over there cutting flock and bling and designing like the pro he is over there. So the flock, again, if you cut it without the backing on, please find a mat that's not as sticky, so that you don't have a whole bunch of super adhesion and then you go to peel it and it rips your flock. But if the backing was on, right, and your mat was nice and smooth, what was the issue? The first issue that you had, was it that it wasn't cutting through at all? Or was it that it was cutting through too deep? Let me know which one. Okay, yours didn't cut all the way through. See, you already answered it and I didn't know it. It didn't cut all the way through. All right, so if it did not cut all the way through, I'm not familiar with the Locklick. Okay, so I don't know how their settings are, but what setting did you put it on? Like, is your setting for pressure numerical, or is your setting for pressure kind of like the old Cricuts where it was copy paper, or it was construction cardstock, or it was bonded fabric, or it was, you see what I'm saying? It was in increments of heavier. Didn't cut through at least half of the design. Half? Hey, hi, Kai. Hey, honey. Big hugs to you too. Hey, Barbara Jones from Houston. Hey, Denise Lewis. Welcome. Who has bell number 15? Or do you remember my first one? I remember there was a issue over who was getting the first bell. And whoever it was that got the first bell, of course, right now, my brain isn't going to let me remember who it is. I would know, though. They were going to get bell number 1. Whoever it was getting bell number 1. So right now, my brain isn't telling me who it is. It just isn't. This was on the use the weight that you suggested in your tutorial. But the weight in my tutorial wouldn't have been a locklet suggested weight, though. Okay, enjoy ironing, Ruji. I don't like ironing, so you enjoy. Hey, Robiness. Hey, Lorraine Cleveland. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. It only partially cut through half, so I had to pick out most of the circles, and then I ended up tearing some of it. Okay, so this is my thing. Okay, so there's a couple of things I would think of. Was the mat new? Was it a new mat? Cricut Joy Extra. Yeah, no, I know Cricut Joy. My Cricut cut like butter. My Cricut Joy cut very well. Oh, you want to try it on the Locklet? Okay, okay. Okay. So, hey, Barbara Jones, thank you for becoming a new member. Holla. Yes, honey. Yes. Okay. So, okay. So let's talk scientific, okay? I'm the type of person, things have to make sense, okay? And that's all not always good because it didn't work on the Cricut Extra. Okay. So even on the Cricut Extra, you never know. That's funny, Karen D. Hey, Linda T. So this is the thing. It shouldn't be cut in half. Why did it only cut half? That doesn't make sense to me. Because so if it only cut half, my line of thinking usually diverts to this right here. Is this a good one? Let me see if I can find. Okay. So if it only cut half, this type stuff would be why I would initially think it cut half, right? Because it could be a new mat, but you see how this mat has all these scratches and all this other stuff. Look, you see how it's, and you can actually feel some of this, but you can see it too. And likewise on here, it's got all this mess and all this ick. So when you lay, like say for instance, your flock goes from here to here, over here will probably cut great, but over here is going to cut like trash because this is causing grooves and stuff that the blade has to jump over and all that other stuff. That could be a problem. Part of my heart is not I'm not thinking the blade. I'm really not. Unless it's dirty. You might want to check the blade to see if it's clean. But that would be the mat, possibly the blade. I would change the blade and try it. But if you do the locklet, as opposed to going back to the Cricut Joy Extra, same principle. Find a I can't wait till BlingFest either. Y'all just don't know. Hi, yes, honey. Yes. Yeah, there's a no there. Hey, Biggie, you haven't Bling yet. Is there a special mat to cut the flock? There is no special mat. Hey, Rondria, there's no special mat. It's just the regular. I use the regular Cricut mat, and put the flock grid side down on the mat. so that it cuts the flock on top. Make sure your blade is clean. Make sure the mat is clean, and then try to cut it. It usually just either won't cut any at all, or it'll cut through too much, or it'll cut just right. So this is where you need to find out with your settings on the lock lick. Again, I don't know what the settings are on the lock lick, but see if the settings say something like cardstock, or if there's a pressure, find a middle of the road pressure. Kind of like if the pressure on it is numerical and it goes from like 1 to 20, then find a pressure around 10. You see what I'm saying? Start somewhere in the middle and cut something small, like a little bitty. And I'm going to show you what little bitty is here in a minute. Try and cut this small little bitty test cut. See if it cuts through. If it cuts all the way through and it gouges out your mat like this, that's too deep. You shouldn't be cutting that deep with the flock. The flock should, the blade should cut just the surface of the flock and barely touch the carrier sheet on the back. Okay. If it's cutting all the way through, find a pressure that's lighter. So if we started on number 10, then you want to back it up to something like 7. Okay. If you have it on cardstock, then do a light pressure cardstock or something like that. You see what I'm saying? So you kind of have to play around with these machines, no matter what machine it is, because every machine is different, which doesn't theoretically make sense, but it's the truth, because each, just like you can buy a Toyota Corolla and you can buy a Toyota Corolla, and this one may act up with the transmission as soon as you drive it off the lot, whereas this one may drive great for 400,000 miles and never have an issue. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of it depends on the vehicle, how you drive it, how you take care of it, the whole nine. Or it could just be a manufacturer's defect. You have the exact same situation going on with these cutters, no matter what you're cutting. But the thing is, rhinestone flock is a thick fabric type material, so it's putting pressure on the machine that the machine probably ain't used to. So you kind of got to dial it in and kind of, not finagle, but figure it out and test your different pressures and stuff to try and get it to the right setting. So, and if the flock circles got stuck on the needle, that sounded like that might have been too much pressure. Honestly, in my opinion, it sounded like it was too much pressure. Yeah, that's true. There are those who wish they had a test and those that did test. Because when I tell you, one of my biggest errors that I used to make when I started out was I would be so excited to cut out a rhinestone template. I would go to cut out the rhinestone template without trying to test anything first. And I kept wasting tons and tons of flock trying to learn how to cut with this new machine, because I finally dialed it in on this machine. But when I got on that machine, I thought I would be able to just use some of the same settings, and it didn't work. Okay. And even with that, I can't tell you how much flock I've wasted cutting with that, trying to get it to cut, but all it would cut is ovals. I didn't know it would cut ovals. That's not the way it's supposed to cut. Not everybody has that experience. Some people cut just fine with their silhouette. Mine cuts ovals. Okay. That's a flock or a software interpretation data. Something is wrong there, and I don't know what that is. Okay. Because it's not programmed to be circles. Ovals. Oh, girl, I don't remember. Usually with Cricut, it was always cardstock, heavy pressure. Cardstock, heavy pressure is usually what I would do with Cricut. Hey, Mocha Crochet and Crafts. Okay, so you have to get ready for the bed. Yes, Fat Look Creations. I saw your name pop up and I was like, we gonna have us some fun. We are going to have some fun. So I'm excited to see you as well. All right. So in the event that you do not know what BlingFest is, in the event, and check this out too, and make sure that you check the blade and stuff like that, Keisha, which I think somebody else mentioned that earlier in the chat. You're welcome, Keisha. Of course. And if anybody else has any questions in regards to flock or the rhinestones or whatever, just it doesn't matter. You can ask a question, and if I know, or if I can refer my experience, I will. Or if I need help, I'll reach out in the chat, or I'll know who to contact in order to find out. For the most part, mostly everybody. Um, I'm pretty aware with most of the craft and stuff. But BlingFest. BlingFest is coming up. Okay. First off, if you were possibly maybe on the fence about BlingFest, your time is about to run out. We are going to stop selling the tickets on Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is noon California time. Okay. So, and I'm not playing games with that period. Like, it's going to cut off at 12. So, because I got to turn the information in. BlingFest is a get together that we're having October the 24th and 25th, mainly the 25th. The actual BlingFest is on the 25th. It will be held here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So if you fly in, you will fly into Charlotte Douglas International Airport, or CLT for short. Okay. If you come in and decide to come and hang out, let me give a quick rundown of some of the things you can expect. Okay. So Friday evening, we are going to have our BlingFest dinner, which is going to, this project that I was going to show you guys tonight is possibly a part of the dinner. We will have a plated dinner. So you sit down, have nice finery, tablecloth, cloth napkins, the whole nine, and then you're served your food. If you purchase a ticket, the ticket will have the menu listed. You pick what you want when you purchase your ticket, and then that is what you will be served. You'll let me know if you have allergies and stuff like that, and the chef will make sure that your meal is catered to your health and your design. Okay. That includes drink, dessert, starter, and your entree. We will also, Lord willing and the creek don't rise, have entertainment. The entertainment is super excited to be singing for you guys. I'm super excited to have him come. He's a very good friend. I've known him for a long time. He just dropped an album earlier this year, and he is going to perform for you all some of his songs and then some songs that you're familiar with. And that's going to be during dinner. Okay. After dinner is over, then you will go back to your beds and your rooms, and you'll chill out or hang out in the lobby or whatever the case may be and get some rest. Okay. Because Saturday, 10 o'clock in the morning, because I don't get up early, so it's got to be 10 o'clock. We will start BlingFest. All right. And BlingFest on Saturday will run from 10 in the morning to about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening. You don't have to bring anything for BlingFest. Okay. You will have a kit with your rhinestone blinging materials in it. You will get rhinestones to use. We will have templates already ready for you to use and cut out. We will have the heat presses there, hot and ready for you to press your things. We'll have some blanks there for you to press some stuff on. If you want to bring a couple of extra blanks, fine by me. Just make sure that it can be pressed on with rhinestones with the heat presses. If you want to bring a few extra stones, you can bring a few extra stones. But the finer thing bling will be on sale there, available at the BlingFest. So the mister will have his usual setup there where you can purchase more stones, other beautiful colors if you want to. There will be dancing. There will be hot mama groove, shake 'em down music. And there's going to be some fun. So you'll get some little goodies. You'll get lunch. Lunch is provided. That lunch selection is on your ticket purchase as well. And it's just going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited, actually. I've been going all out, much to the husband's dismay, but it is what it is. And so it's going to be, I think, a very memorable year this year. So I'm very excited about it. And then this year, for the first time ever, so there's already been some questions here and there, and I'm still kind of torn on how to answer some of these questions. I know how he feels. I know how I feel, and I'm not sure. So we got to figure this part out. But The after party is going to start around 7:30. There is an after party this year. So it was a request for us to have a good time even after the Bling Fest, because what happens in what would happen in prior Bling Fest is folks would bling and then wouldn't be tired of blinging. They wanted to keep blinging. And I can't be mad at that. Blinging is fun. And we love each other's company. We had a good time in each other's company. And so folks just didn't want to go to the room. They wanted to keep hanging out and having a good time. So I made arrangements this year for us to have the room longer so that we could have some time after the Bling Fest. So from about 7:30 to, I'm probably gonna put a cap on it about 1 o'clock, because y'all ain't finna have me up all hours of the night. But we got an after party coming. So I was told I had to learn how to do the boots on the ground. I know how to do the wobble. I don't know too much else. Okay. So I gotta learn boots on the ground, but we're going to be dancing and having a good time at the after party. There's usually dancing at BlingFest too. So don't get it twisted. If you can't make it to the after party, BlingFest has the dancing. So BlingFest is where all the fun and the super magical, beautiful things are going to be happening. And some of the things that are going to go down for BlingFest will not go down for the after party. So because it's new, and I'm just kind of, again, I'm kind of torn on how to handle this after party. And because people purchased tickets to come to the BlingFest. So, but anyway, we'll cross that bridge a little bit closer to the time. Yes, you can bring your fans. Will Allen now want to make last? So yes, Donzel, boots on the ground. Child, it's like, Lord help me. So yeah, I'm super excited. Yeah, no, we gotta figure out the boots on the ground dance. So that's what BlingFest is. And like I said, the last day to purchase tickets is Friday. So that I can get all of the menus turned in, make sure everything is squared away with that, have everybody's names, make sure I got all supplies for everybody, and make sure everything is good. Okay, so that's giving me time to start working for BlingFest too. So I got templates I gotta finish cutting out. I have kits to put together. We're also going to have to put stones together so that we can have a separate set to bring to BlingFest. There's a lot of work behind the scenes, y'all. I was in the middle of my kitchen floor earlier today, piecing pieces of paper together to create the floor plan for BlingFest so that I will know how to line up tables and all of the fun stuff, make sure I got dance floor areas, stuff like that. This is a new location for us. So I wanted to make sure that everything is going to be where it needs to be. Because that's what I'm supposed to do, is make sure that when you come to have fun. Carla, that's entirely up to you. Many people come dressy. Some people have come not casual, but so this is the color this year is red. Okay, so we have a theme color every year. First year was white, second year was black, this year is red. We implore that you wear red. Most people rhinestone their stuff some kind of way. They put bling on it. Okay. Jeans and tennis shoes and basic tee, you might feel a little bit out of place, because I know I'm dressy. The husband will be dressy. A lot of people do come looking real good. It's a plated dinner after all. But you don't have to be dressed to the nines. I guess that's what I think he called it business casual. I think is what he called it 1 year before. So, just a little bit of okay. Oh yeah, Keisha, babe, you ain't seen pictures? Let me see if I can't pull up some pictures. Y'all want to see some pictures? Let me see if I can't pull up the pictures. I'm gonna pull up pictures from the first one, and then I saw the pictures for the second one, because unfortunately I got them in different locations. I don't know why, but I gotta fix that too. Albums. This is BlingFest 1. I'm gonna show you the dinner. Okay. Hold on. Let's share screen. Share screen. You want to see? Okay. Girl, we have a good time in BlingFest. We have a good, and sorry, y'all. I know I want to show you this project too, but whew, I'm a little nervous about the project because I know what I know what my brain is telling me I'm gonna be able to do with it, but at the same time, no. So see, there's Marilyn hugging me, Sharon Davenport. We got Angel B. Look, y'all. I'm just let me not name names because I'll be done call somebody names wrong. But if you see yourself, you can give yourself a shout out. Be like, hey, that's me, and then we'll go from there. Okay, this is the starter. This was the salad. My photographer was working overtime. I'm just letting you know, so you're gonna see pictures of food and stuff too. Okay, so look at Miss Gail's foxy hat back there. All right, so it wasn't like over the top dressy, but look, Mary's pants got all the sparkly on them. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So like the bling is look at all of this foxy hot mama ish stuff going on right here. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Yes, yes it is. Yes it is. Yes, it is. See all this hot mama? This is hot mama status. Okay. All right. And more hot mama status. Then we got hot men status. Okay. So these are the men folks that was there. This is for the dinner though. So usually, let's roll back for a sec. Usually the men folks come to the dinner and then the men folks do something else for BlingFest. They usually don't come to BlingFest. They can, if they get a ticket, they can come. They're more than welcome to attend BlingFest. But usually the men folks do the dinner and then let the wives come and have a good time at the BlingFest. But yes, the men folks are welcome too. Okay. So just FYI. But they got to buy a ticket. That's not fair to everybody else that's buying a ticket. If the men folks come, even if they ain't blinging, you still got to buy a ticket. Okay. All right. So let's go back to this and show you some more. Hey, Bridget Porter. Oh, yeah. The fellas was nice. Fellas was nice. All right. I meant to check with Angel B to see if Honey Bunny is coming. All right. So here's some more pictures. I mean, just looking gorgeous. Gorgeousness was oozing all over the place at BlingFest. Okay. This is the first year. Everybody having a good time. All right. Looking good. Hot mamas. Okay. Yes. Uh-oh. What's going on with this picture? There you go. It was my computer. Okay. Dempsey Boo looking fire. And then her sister looking fire. Okay. My crazy children and grandchildren were in attendance that year. I don't think they're coming this year, but I'm not sure. That's a troublemaker right there, but we're going to leave that alone. And so, you know, we had a lot of fun. It was gorgeous. Look at beauty. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at look. So we had salad, we had then the main course. Let me see if I can't find these other pictures. Let's see. The other pictures is what I really want to show y'all. Let me go back out. Scroll. Okay. It's one of my favorite parts. Boom. Look at this. So the photographer who will be back this year, she took everybody out and took pictures, and it just turned out gorgeous. So folks got to get some really nice shots of themselves looking good in attendance. She knew how to work it up, you know, take one funny and take one this and look this way and look that way and turn this way and do this and do that. It was just, there are more than that. But that was that. Let me back out because I'm sure y'all don't want to see the food, so I don't want to scroll you all the way. Oh my gosh, let me see. Yes, you said this was the year I came. Yep. Let's see, look. Then she switched and had folks go to the flowers. Look at how pretty that is. Look at that. Look at how beautiful. That's a beautiful picture. She did her thing that year. She did her thing both years with the pictures. Beautiful, beautiful pictures. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Somebody come and look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. Okay. So that's just a few of the things. That's for Friday night though. That was Friday night. So for Bling Fest, there's no, you don't have to Friday, there are more pictures, y'all. Oh my God, look at these pictures. These pictures are nice. Y'all not about to get me emotional sitting right here looking at these pictures. Okay, so Bling Fest was fun. We take pictures at Bling Fest as well. It's Bling Fest is more like you can do your denim and your t-shirt with your bling on it if you would like. You don't have to wear bling, but you can. And so that was let's see. I'll show a few of these too. I'll show a few of these too because Bling Fest was just, oh my gosh. This is the first year though. This is the first year. Okay, so here are some more pictures. Excuse me. That was his bling table. It'll be set up a little bit different this year, but you can get more stones. And then he calls out the folks to come and get their order and all that other jazz. It's laid out and we have a good time. And then there's a place, in here where folks get dancing and having to get into the flow and all of that stuff. And so, you gotta make sure you come with the good knees. The good knees, okay? Come with the good knees. See the look, clapping and going on. Get into the flow. Good knees. Don't come with the bad knees. Look at that. Look. Yeah, you're gonna have chairs to help you out a little bit, but you still gotta have the knees got to be, so rub them down and all of that stuff before you get there. I'm just saying, rub them down. All right, now I'm gonna see if I can't find the other pictures from last year because those were that color last year was black. The color there was black. You know what? I think it's in here. Let me see. So, nope, that's that. I have the pictures and I did not put them in a folder like that one. And that just annoys the snot of me because every time I need these pictures, I got to look for them. But yeah, so the Bling Fest is just, that was the first year. The second year was just as fun. We had a good time. Same situation. We had dinner Friday night, and then we had Bling Fest 2024. There we go. Hopefully you're ready for this. All right, so we're gonna start with this. So you asked, yes, Keisha, it is actually a family reunion. It really is. It's, even the first Bling Fest was a family reunion because we see each other online so much. To actually come together in person was a family reunion. The first time was a family reunion for a lot of us. So I've had events where folks have come and we've met each other at smaller situations, but for this, yeah, it was definitely like a family reunion. Now someone asked about being casual coming to the dinner. Let me show you what you're up against. Off gate, it was, I'm just saying. Okay, this is all rhinestones. This was made by Miss Foxy Tanyu herself, but this is all rhinestones. Okay, yes, the Meganese. The Meganese. We need the Meganese. Yeah. Keisha, what you said? What? Not the fish tank at the bottom, though. Not the fish tank at the bottom, but the rhinestones are hot. Okay, so that was all bling. And when I tell you she lit the whole place up and then he was lit all the, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Look at that. I'm just saying. Gorgeous. Okay. 2023. I can look it up, Miss Sandra. I can look it up. For everybody that was there, they definitely, because I sent the link out after the Bling Fest for everybody. I'm gonna do the same thing this year. The links will be sent out. Look, I'm just saying, it's You don't have to come dressed like this, but why not? Why not? You know, I'm just saying. Yeah, Karen, Tanya definitely stole the show. Like, we was doing good, everybody was chilling, and then all of a sudden we hear. And when I tell you she came in with the bell ring, okay, because he sure announced her ahead of himself. And she come through that door and we all lost it. We all lost it totally. Lost it. I mean, just speechless. We lost it. Look at there. Just looking cute. Miss Joy's. And then, I mean, you see what I'm saying? It's just, I love the Bling Fest. Hey, J Mama. No, I think it wasn't so much because of the black. It was because the first year, I mean, like I said, it's a plated dinner. Everybody comes looking gorgeous. Those were the gift bags that were waiting on folks for Bling Fest. This was lined up for dinner, but when they came to Bling Fest, those were on the tables for them at their spaces at the tables. Miss we had folks singing, and I'm standing there because I don't know what to do myself when folks are singing too. I feel weird, so don't pay me no attention. Oh, my dad was there. I forgot my dad came. He came last year. I forgot about that. And then of course when so we record certain things. I don't want to play none of that because that was mainly for me. And then look, I mean, it was gorgeous, y'all. It was a good time. And like I said, this was Bling. This was the dinner. Okay. This was the dinner. Oh, you liked it? Okay. I'm glad you use that bag all the time. Let me see if I can't find Bling Fest because that was the dinner. Let me see. No, that's Bling Fest. This is Bling Fest. Hold on. Oh, see, I don't know where my pictures are. I gotta find my picture. Oh no, this was shared with me. That's right. That's right. I gotta find my pictures where everybody went out and took the pictures outside. But Bling Fest was fun too. Let me show you this. I gotta find my pictures. So like, there's no dressy. It's just t-shirts and hanging out and blinging and helping each other. They were probably ordering stones because you can order from your seat if you wanted to. Well, it was encouraged at the time to order. And then everybody had everything they need to bling. So there'll be a couple of things that might be a little bit different. But it's just blinging. Okay. See, he got them stacked up against the wall this time instead of in the semicircle. All the stones. That's how we had them laid out at Applique Getaway too. But I think he's gonna do it a little bit different again this year. So, but anyway, I bring blanks. Okay, Jamie. Hey, Jamie. We was just talking about you. There was no point in hiding the bags. Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to see them for sure this time. You ain't seeing nothing this time. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna make sure that needed in the other colors. Okay. I think I have it in red or purple. I know I have purple. But that's that. That's Bling Fest. That's and so like I said, this year is red. And this year is just we're just gonna have fun. And oh yeah, hopefully you can, Keisha. I would look forward to seeing you and meeting you and getting a hug and just enjoying everybody's company. It is definitely fun. Have a good night, Fat Luck Creations. Thank you for coming and stopping by and let me share your beautiful pictures. So one of the things that I wanted to do, we did have a good time, J Mama. We did. I have yet to have somebody say they did not have a good time. I have yet to hear that. To be very honest with you. Okay, Kristen, have a good night. What did it say? Good evening, Jamie. What did Jamie say? She's a troublemaker. What did troublemaker talk about? Oh God, that was a surprise. She gonna tell me we're gonna show up at the last minute. Yeah, busy. Okay. So yeah. Yes, we do miss you. So yeah. So tonight, yeah, hopefully you can. This is the thing. We're already planning next year. We already started planning for next year. We will have the location information. Well, we won't have the location information to give you, but we will have our location information before the end of the year. We already are working on dates for next year. Already planning other things for next year. So there's a lot of background stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and so we'll have the color for next year. And do you have an idea what weekend it'll be on? Not yet. So that's what I'm saying. We've been talking about it. You got to be at ahead. Okay, you'll know because he definitely wants me to be able to give you that information by the first of the year. That way, it gives at least 10 months to plan ahead. We hoped to have it sooner than that, and we just might, but I'll have to see. So, are you still trying to include the Zoom for BlingFest? Nicole, yes, I am still trying to include the Zoom. The only thing that I can't guarantee is extra BlingFest packages. I don't know that I'll have extra BlingFest packages to ship out. I don't think I will, but we'll see. And if I do, it won't be very many. But the Zoom, because the last time I did Zoom, I let people buy the kit and then be able to do the Zoom so that they could do along with it. But I don't know that I'll have enough for that. So we'll see. Okay, so February, you definitely need to know by. Okay. I will keep you in mind and definitely let you know. So yeah, Zoom, yes. Kits, I'm not sure. I don't think I will have enough kits. So, but this is something that I was looking at. Now, one of the things that going back to the project for tonight, one of the things that I learned early on, working between me and working with Marilyn, we learned that you can do rhinestones on wood, hotfix rhinestones. You can press hotfix rhinestones on unfinished wood, or you could use, I think Marilyn said chalkboard paint. She used chalkboard paint and was able to still get the rhinestones to stick in it here and stay. So we learned that, but I put rhinestones on paper all the time. As a matter of fact, every time we get a new color, I make a color swatch with a heart so that I can take a picture and post it on the website so that you can see what the color looks like on black and take a picture and get a realistic color of what it will look like. So this is cardstock, and I still have a container over there with not hundreds, definitely over 50 of these from the original colors. Okay. Because up until now, all of the colors but two have a picture with the thing on it, and none of these stones come off. Okay. So my thought was, maybe how cute would it be? Because I'm always trying to look for ways to make BlingFest even more special or more fancy, right? And so I was looking at doing, because I put place cards at the table that would allow people, not, I don't give assigned seating. That's not the thing behind it, but so that not menus, so that meals could be given out properly. Because when the wait staff comes and brings the food out to the table, if this person has chicken marsala and this person has filet mignon, well, they'll know who to give the plate to based on the name that's on the menu. So that's why I made like some little tent cards to go on the table. So my thought, I was like, you know what? How cute would it be to bling out the tent cards? Is that team too much? Am I overthinking it? Because I know that's going to mean more work, right? I do know that. I can hear my husband now. She always doing something. It means more work. You're going to have more work to do. I know, but it's cute. I don't know. Good night, Keisha. No worries. So good night, Jamie, my love. So I don't know if it would be worthwhile or so to speak to do it, but it was just a thought that I had. And I thought I love this is a very simple design, it's not much to it, but to add rhinestones to it would be something extra. So I was going to bling as much as possible. I mean, that's where I was thinking. So I found these tent cards. These are just some simple Avery tent cards. They're 2 inches by 3.5 inches when folded. Okay. It's a heavyweight cardstock, so I know the rhinestones will stick to it. And I thought about putting, like, I don't know, I can print to the edge. I like that. So what I was thinking was more along the lines of outlining the card. Maybe that's too much, being that I already have a picture of a stone on there. Or like Sheila said, just a corner. Or notice the husband is highlighting comments, okay, for me on my side. So yeah, it is a lot of work. I thank you, Kevin. He is concurring by highlighting your comment. Miss Evelyn said just a corner. Pre-fling homework. Yeah, I got a lot of pre-fling homework. Me personally, a simple bling line across the top. So that's why I was like, my first instinct though was all the way around. But yeah, a simple line or a corner, I guess, would be cute. So that's what I was wanting to do with you guys, because and show you what I would do if I were to do that. Okay. So couple of things I could do is scan this in, put your finer things diamond blinged in the corner. She said all over. I thought of that too. Why did that pop up? Adhesive bling, a single row. Oh, Sheila. Yeah, that would make it easier, since then I wouldn't have to heat press it. But you can heat press it. Okay, so don't get it twisted. You can definitely heat press onto this cardstock. So if I wanted to, like, say for instance, this little area right here, if I wanted to put like clear rhinestones on it to kind of make this diamond pop, I could scan this in, bring the image of this over into Silhouette Studio, and then overlay this on the image with rhinestones, cut it out, and then I'll have a template to do each one. So that's an option. Or I could, like Sheila was saying, do a simple stripe or 2 rows of stones. I blinging the name would be nice, but I can't because the letters are a little too small for the rhinestones. Now this ink, Lisa, I haven't tried it. I don't see why it wouldn't, but this is laser, so I don't see why it wouldn't stick. But I haven't ever tried it before, so that was the other reason why I kind of wanted to do this project, to see just how far I can push doing the rhinestones. So we could, put a strip and see how it works. Sandra says scan the whole sheet. Yes, I can definitely scan it and design something, or I could just measure it and take the measurements and go from there. It is definitely easier to scan if you have a scanner, but not everybody has a scanner. So if I were to do this based on just measurement, I would find me a tape measure, put a box, make a box to put the bling, some of the outer edge. That's a good idea too, Faith. That's a good idea too. Bling the box that the name goes on, instead of just the individual letters. So this is 4 inches total, okay? Because I mean, you could bling the back too. If I really wanted to do all that kind of work, I could bling the back too. So they're already really pretty without bling. People could bling them up on Saturday. Barbara Jones, look at you coming up with ideas. So if I wanted to create an overlay, I could just make my own box. This one is 4 inches and each section is 2. Can you see the 4? Each section is 2 inches. Okay. And then the whole thing is edge to edge 3.5 inches wide. So let's see what that translates into here on, actually, I need to close this out. Y'all don't need to see that. Okay. Boop. All right, now you can see some stuff. Let's share screen. Working on BlingFest projects in the background. Hey, Rosalind. So here is, let me take this grid off. Okay, so what did we say? 4 inches by 3.5. So if I go, that's 3.2. I'm just going to do this right here. And then I'm going to change the measurement up here so that I know it's right. So up here at the top, I'm going to do 3.5. Unhook that padlock. I got to fix that because that padlock was on. And then this one was 4. All right. And so halfway through the, halfway through it, it was 2 inches, right? So let's make this, padlock is off. So wide 3.5. And then I'm going to put this at 2 inches high. What in the world? I did 305, y'all. Whatever. 3.5. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to fill this one in red. That does not look red to me. Is that red? No, it's not. That's red. But that red is too bright. But we ain't going to worry about that right now. All right. And so I'm going to snap it right here in the box. So this is what we're dealing with, right? So, no, it's not sold out yet. It's not sold out yet. But you have until Friday. If it gets, why did I just do that? If it gets too close to being sold out, I'll let you guys know. I mean, I'm not far from that, but I'll let you guys know. So say for instance, we take Sheila's suggestion by doing a strip across here, right? So I can come down here to my rhinestone tool over here in the lower right hand corner. Open that up. And I can pick, I would probably do SS6 because it's small. These are small tent cards. So I'll probably do SS6. Right. And I'm going to come in here somewhere. Let's do freehand. And this is going to be tragic. I already know it because I'm not steady. Oh, Lord. Now you can't even see it. All right. And let me, because this was red, you can't see it. Look at the wave, y'all. That is not straight. But once I straighten it out, I could definitely put this. Matter of fact, let's straighten this out. Let's release the rhinestones. And then we're going to come up here to our alignment tab thing. And I'm going to pick this one in the middle and go to align at the bottom. So now I have straight row of rhinestones. All right. And so I'm going to make these gray. Hopefully you'll be able to see them better if I make them gray. That's purple. That's not gray, but it'll be all right. Colorblind right now. Okay. And so let's put this back where it was. Boop. And then bring that right there. And so, yeah, I could do a simple stripe over the top. Color code for the meals. Evelyn! That's so smart. Ooh, sorry. I hope I didn't squeal that too terribly loud and mess anybody up and scare nobody. I hope not. That's a really good idea, Miss Evelyn. Because the what I'll probably do, though, is put something back here on the back side. So that when they walk in with the food and stuff, they'll see the back side of the tent card, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that. That's thank you. That was an excellent thing I need to remember. Because we definitely wanted to be easier on the staff. But yeah, so here's the, or I could put the bling at the bottom, you know, but the thing is, once I create, sorry, Donzel, once I create the template, I have it and I can just repeat it for each card afterwards. You know what I'm saying? if I wanted to do, somebody asked about all over, right? Like a full thingamabobby. So let's grab these two. I'm gonna take this off. And I'm gonna move it. So say for instance, what is if I wanted to do let me duplicate this real quick. If I wanted to do crushed ice, the clear transparent rhinestones crushed ice, then I would select the whole thing and I would just simply do come over here. I got SS6 selected and I'm gonna grab the linear fill, which is the third over, and there I got linear, and I just cut this out and I'll be able to put it on the card. Actually, it's going to hang over a little bit, so we need to change that. So let's go back. Let's take that off. And I'm going to do an offset, but I'm going to do an internal offset so that it's away from, you see that? So that it's away from the outer edge. And now let's bling this. So now, see, here's the outer edge of the card, and the rhinestones are away from the outer edge of the card. Let's change these to, let's grab the gray this time and take this off. And so that would, let's bring this to the front. That would allow the entire card, even the red on the front, to have rhinestones on them, not including this little strip. And the entire card would be blinged out. You see how you can, thank you, Miss Evelyn, to see how, hey D, to see how simple that is to create an overlay for this card. Or say, for instance, I didn't want to do the entire card. I only wanted to do this half of the card. So I could leave it like this. I'm going to release the rhinestones. And I'm going to draw a square to select the stones. I'm gonna hold down shift and I'm gonna unselect that, and I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna deselect the red. And so now those are the only ones, and I'm just gonna move them out the way so that you can see how simple that was. So now just the entire back of the, hey Felicia, I'm sorry, Felicia. Sorry, hey Felicia. My brain said Felicia too when Angel B said it, and then you mentioned the correct pronunciation. Thank you for that, by the way. But my brain reverted to what it originally thought, and I apologize. But here is how easy it is to just make simple little changes to make this work. Okay, so I think the simple little strip, you know, down here could work. So let's work on that. Actually, I want, what about the fold when you're doing all over? Well, the fold was right in here. And if I put this back where it was, then what I would do is probably make an adjustment for that, because this is where the fold is. So I could also come in here and select just this row of rhinestones. Hold down shift to deselect that, hold down shift to deselect that, and only that row is what's there, and hit delete so that there's no rhinestones right there where the fold is. It's only at the top and at the bottom. Oh, nice. Another hat press. HTB Ron hat press. Congratulations, Up Design. Holla. Yes, honey. Yes. Let me put you up. Congratulations. Sorry, hun. I clicked it too at the same time. And a member for 30 months. Thank you very much for being a member for so long. We appreciate you so very, very much. So this is what we're looking at. We can do, let's see. I'm going to cut the template just to kind of show. You know what? I kind of want to test putting it on the front where the ink is too, but I really didn't want to do that much rhinestoning. So let's do a line like, actually, I'm gonna tell you what I really wanted to do. This is partially what I really wanted to do. Hold on. So let's grab this, which is the whole 4-inch. No, I don't need to grab that. I just need to grab this, and I'm gonna duplicate this. So this is kind of what I really wanted to do, was let's go, and I'm going to do an internal offset. All right, and then I'm going to do the rhinestones, and I'm going to do an outline of that. And then let's change the color so that you can see it. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Kind of. So this is, where is it at? Let's do this right here. E-I-E-I-O, grab your partner, do-si-do. E-I-E-I-O. Okay. So that's this one. Here's this one. And let's grab this, and I'm going to duplicate this. And I'm going to grab this. I'm going to make sure it's at the front, and then we're going to do this. All right. So actually, let's turn this black so you can see it better. Boop. All right. So with this one, okay, so this is what we're getting ready to do. Let's do this. Let's do this. And I'm going to do this. I'll do this. All right. So this is number 1. This is number 2. And this is number 3. Okay. So number 3 can be either a single line across the top or a single line at the bottom. So which one do y'all like? You mentioned a laser printer. Do you think print from an inkjet would work as well? So that's what I'm saying, Miss Carla. I'm not sure. I don't have a problem printing either one to test it out and see. That's part of the reason why I went ahead and printed so many of, well, 4 of my name, just to try it out and see. All right. So we got 1, 2. So all over, Miss Monique. Okay. Good night, Nicole Holbrook. Yeah, you and your 4 a.m. is a trip. 2. Okay, 2s. Okay, 2s. 2s is easier too. It's less stones, but 3 is even less stones. So let me know which one y'all think. Miss Evelyn says 3. Barbara Wood says 2. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Let me know what you think. 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3. I would ask Mr. McQuackins. He would say 0. 3, 3, 2, 2, 2. Okay, so let's try 2. I'm gonna go ahead and set this for this to be cut. Jesse said it don't matter. I appreciate it. Hey, Vanessa Parnell. So I'm going to draw a cut box around this so that when I take it over to my other software, it will already have my weeding box. The 2s do have it. Yes. Yes, the 2s do have it. Doesn't matter, Donzel said. The men folks is saying in concurrence with him. Okay. So I need my graph text software, and we'll cut this out and we'll bling it and see if it will stick to the ink. It should. In my opinion, it should. I don't see why it wouldn't. And then I'll also show you how we can do, like Sheila mentioned, how we can do with the rhinestone strips, because I got some strips right here that should work. So let's merge in. Oh, actually, let's do 11. And is that gonna be right? Hold on. Hey, Nakomi, welcome. Let me grab this one. Let's see, 1, 2. Oh, I didn't save it. Save selection. Let me make sure it's selected. Save selection to hard drive, and this is going to be an SVG. Ugh, I can't see. SVG, and then this is going to be tint card. All right. Yo, grab your partner, do. Let's file, merge, and now there's tent card. Bring it in. And so there's that. So there's the card. And I'm going to hit cut. And it brings up a separate cut window for me. I'm going to move it up just a little itty bitty bit. And I'm going to hit output. And it should not take that printer long to cut this at all. All right. Hey, creating with Tuck. Welcome. All right, let's stop sharing. And we're going to go over to the table. Let me make sure I don't have any incriminating BlingFest evidence over there. I don't think I do. Nope. Oh my gosh. I can show y'all I was bad. Okay, let's talk real quick while that's cutting out. It's going to be done in a minute, though. I was bad. It's done already. That's crazy to me. I was bad, and I went to the fabric warehouse myself. So time out. Let's talk about the fabric warehouse, because that's another part, another potential part that can be included in the BlingFest, but it's not an official part of the BlingFest. All right. So there is a fabric warehouse. Let me look this up real quick and see what that distance is, because I don't know. Let's see. Whoops, sorry. I hate when I do that, and I keep forgetting that the microphone is close to the keyboard and I be typing. Okay, so it's about 35 miles from Charlotte. So roughly a 35, 40-minute drive from, and it probably won't even be that long, but with traffic, you never know. Okay, so during the week, so if you come in early, because BlingFest is, the dinner is Friday night, right? So you would have to come in early enough on Friday. And I would say allot yourself a 3-hour window. Listen, Linda, listen. Listen, Linda. I don't know if you've seen me do my live stream while I'm in this fabric warehouse, but when I tell you this is a fabric, like, they sell bolts of fabric to the fabric stores. Do you understand where I'm coming from with that? Right? They sell fabric bolts to the fabric stores. So this is a huge warehouse. They have a massive section of bolts of fabric that are in sets, if you will. So like they have holiday fabric off to right here. They have football fabric off to right there. They have theme, like scenery fabric off the right there. They have plain fabric by color off to right there. Bolts and bolts and bolts of fabric. And that's not all. Okay, they have sewing notions. They have all kind of other kind of fabric. I'm just saying, it's just, if you have panic attacks from the sheer excitement of being in a place that is the size of 4 Joann stores of fabric, then this might be the trip for you. Okay. So saying all that to say, like I said, it's about a 40-minute drive. Give yourself 3 hours because of traffic, because there is traffic in Charlotte, unfortunately. I cannot drive you because I am going to be BlingFest adrenaline on a BlingFest adrenaline high. So I will not be able to attend with you. But what I did do was make arrangements for you ahead of time. So if you choose to go to the fabric warehouse, I already have an account, because you have to have an account there. I already have an account. I already talked to the owner. He said, as long as you mention my business name, The Baby's Booty, you can get fabric there under my business name. If you want to start your own account, you can do so. It's not an issue. Okay. You can't run up a bill because you got to pay for the fabric before you walk out the door. So I mean, I don't have nothing to worry about. You paying for it. So he was like, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. So you can go get you some fabric. Right. Well, I went myself because there was a project that I wanted to do. I did the jelly roll quilt. Ooh, I can show y'all my jelly roll quilt. I did a jelly roll quilt the other day while the supervisor was running around, and it was a trip because I had to stop and get snack. I had to stop and make him a new sippy cup bottle thing. I had to stop and give him a hug because he's an only child, so he will keep playing and stuff on his own like I used to, but every so often he's like, okay, you're doing something else, you're not paying me attention, I want some attention. So he'll come and want some attention, and I'll stop what I'm doing, take the time, love on him a little bit, give him some attention, and then he's good, he's off and going on and doing what else he wanted to. So I had to keep stopping, but I did a jelly roll quilt in 3 hours and 20 minutes, roughly, closer to 20 minutes than not. And it was fun, y'all. I enjoyed every bit of that. I want to make another one. I want to make him a blanket. My grandbaby, I want to make him a blanket because he loves all kind of stuff now. He really likes Gracie, but I didn't see Gracie fabric. But anyway, I want to make him a blanket. So I went to go see if they had, I ordered Bluey fabric about a month ago, and I went to see if it had come in, and it had not. Unfortunately, I saw other fabric while I was there. I'm just saying. I saw other fabric. I was bad, and I bought fabric. And I want to show y'all the fabric that I bought. So we'll show you that. But my template is already cut. I'm going to take that off, and then we're going to bling that. And then don't let me forget to show you the fabric because I'm about out of time. And then, and the other thing to this fabric warehouse place, there's two other things that no one else I've ever seen has that will definitely put you in a anxiety, panic induced tailspin. Okay. I'm gonna name one more thing. You just bought a sewing machine, so wish we had a favorite. It will be on my list when okay. Congratulations on your sewing machine. Holla. Karen, I was bad. I was bad. So, three things they have, two I've never seen anywhere else. The first thing they have is a whole section of warehouse of like 3 or 4 long tables of remnant fabric that's like mostly cottons for quilting and stuff, folded. Some of it is the good, like I'm gonna show you what I got because I was bad. It was on that table set, and it's bulk weight fabric, so it's big enough to do damage with it, good damage, like a lot of good damage with it, but it's by weight, so you can get whatever off of that table and it's not expensive based on the weight of the fabric. I was bad. Right now, the second thing that they have, good night, Barbara. The second thing that they have that I've never seen anywhere else is they have bins, big cardboard bins, about literally about this big, okay, and about this tall, and it is full of fabric squares, all kinds of fabric square, all kinds of fabric, all kinds, and it's all dumped in this bin, all kinds. Like it could be fleece, it could be flannel, it could be cotton, it could be satin, it could be organza. I don't know all the colors. I mean, all the colors. I don't know all the fabric types that are out there. It could be literally anything. And if you buy a certain amount, you get to get a Walmart size bag. Like what you do checkout counter at Walmart actually is bigger than the Walmart bag. But you get a Walmart size bag and you can fill it up. I'm just saying, you'll lose your mind. I've lost my mind several times, okay, with that section alone. And unfortunately, losing my mind in that section led me to the other section where I really lost my mind. Okay. So, and it's, don't get it twisted, it's not very hard for me to lose my mind. But in this instance, it was like, I told her, this is not fair. I told the lady, I was like, this isn't fair. Number one, it's not fair you didn't tell me about it. Number two, it's not fair that I now know about it, because this is dangerous, right? So these same big cardboard bins that they have, the same ones that they have fabric squares in, and it's like 6 of them with these fabric squares. Well, I'm gonna say 4. I know it's more than 4, but I'm just gonna say 4 just in case they, because I refused to look there when I was there the other day. I refused because I already know. I'm just saying, I just already know. So I'm gonna say 4 because I didn't confirm how many they have now. So they have those over there. But all the way to the back of the warehouse, they have rows of these big cardboard bins filled with fabrics by type. Remnants, big remnants, big remnants of fabrics by type. Some things are flat fold, like the suede was flat fold. The leathers were flat fold. They also, for like Sean Go Savvy Designs, they have a whole bin of nothing but real leather. But those are more like scraps because leather is expensive. So you just ain't just gonna be out here just getting big flats of leather. All of this is by the pound, by the way, not the squares. The squares where you get a big baggie for free that come with your order over a certain amount, and it wasn't a whole lot. But those bins back there were by weight. The long tables were by weight, but the bins that are by weight, those, I mean, I was looking for satin one time and I lost my whole mind getting satin. I still have a bin of satin out there in my storage building that I now have of satin. I'm not ashamed of it, and I will retain that until I so desire to use it. But I'm just saying, so if you've never been there and you're coming to BlingFest and you have some time to kill, you might want to go if you like fabric. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, so let's switch over to the table. Let's switch over to the table. Hey, 7055. I was just thinking, Gracie, you should have came in and chimed in and sang with me. Nope, wrong. I keep pressing the wrong button for that. Okay, so let's go here. Yep, that's the right one. Where's the yarn plug? I know, Dimps. I don't have a yarn plug. But I for sure have the fabric plug. Okay. All right, so let me grab the thing off the thing. And then we'll cut this. Let me pull that out just a little bit more. Ooh, that was too much. But it'll be all right for right now. Okay. So here is I did a weeding box. So now all I got to do is find the box and then just weed it. Okay. It's SS6. SS6 is kind of hard to get that to peel clean. It can be done, but it's kind of hard, even with a graph tape. So I just put it on the back and then peel it. And now all of my holes are gone. And so let's grab this. And I'm going to put it on this right here. This scrap of cutting mat. And let me cut my heat press on. Oh, I can't cut it on because it's covered with fabric. All right, so I'm going to cut it on here in a sec. Let's do red since the card is red. Should I do Siam or should I do crushed ice AB? Ouch, that hurt. Should I do Siam or crushed ice AB? Yeah, no, my weight bins are never empty. Never empty. Never empty. I've never seen those bins empty. Crushed ice AB? Okay, damn. So I'm going to do crushed ice AB then. E-I-E-I-O. Grab your partner, don't see though. Montana, I know. Montana would look real nice. Real nice. Okay, so here is crushed ass AB. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Let's grab our bone brush and brush this in. And then while the heat press is heating up, I'm gonna go ahead and bling two. Oh, should I do two? I'm gonna do one. You know what though? If this, okay. Somebody, I forget who it was. Forgive my horrid memory. You asked, would it work better with inkjet instead of the laser? I personally feel like the laser would be the more difficult one. For if there was going to be an issue for the rhinestone sticking to it, it would be the laser, not the inkjet. The reason why is because laser is kind of like a powder. The toner is a powder, and so inkjet is just ink. So I think the ink will be fine for the rhinestone sticking to it. But that powder from the laser machine, that might, if there's going to be an issue, it would be from the laser, not from the inkjet. So I personally feel like if we can get this to stick to the laser, then we're good with inkjet. Okay. That's just a personal, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. That looks good. That really looks good. Is this a scrap? Nope, it's not an available scrap, but this is y'all's. I love when I keep my little scraps over here off to the side. It just works out so handy. Okay, so I'm gonna pick this up. Boop. Alrighty, and after picking this up, I'm going to put it on the backing for now. And then I'm going to set this to the side. All right. And I'm going to cut my heat press on. But in order to cut my heat press on, I got to move part of the fabric that I bought. Yeah, I was bad. But to be fair, I was kind of led into getting the fabric because I made the first quilt, the jelly roll quilt. And someone asked the question, oh, I would have thought you would have done a purple quilt. And I was like, but I don't have the range of purple that I would have wanted to do. And so I had to go and find a range. So it's technically not my fault. Technically. Okay. So let me grab these 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts. And I'm going to show you these, starting with this one. This is a cotton. As you see, it's about the same color. This is my shade of lavender, y'all. Like this is, yeah, this is lavender. Look, even my nails is right there at that color. And then this one is more, sorry, this one is actually closer to my lavender because it's more of a bluish purple, but this one is more of a pinkish purple, but they're both purple. Right. And then I found this one and thought of Maryland because I thought it was so cute. It's purple, but with white polka dots. And this was on sale. So some of their fabric is discounted. So like this was $2.45 a yard. And this is 44-inch wide fabric. And this is, how many yards? Where is it at? 8 yards. This is 8 yards on this dooflachi. And normal price that they have it marked that they would have sold it to the store is $9.99 a yard. Okay, this was $2.45 a yard. So $2.45 times 8 is what I paid for this. Okay, and then this one is $1.95 a yard, and this one is 8 yards as well, 44-inch wide fabric. So see, I could slice these. Hey, 10, how are you, my dear? Educated natural. I'm gonna tell you what my thought process, the other thought process is with this, okay? And then this fabric is the same as this one in price. It's $1.95 a yard for 8 yards, 44-inch wide fabric. Now I'm picking up another yard, but I'm gonna set it off to the side because that one technically don't count. And now I can turn on my heat press so that it's on and ready for the card. Okay, now while that's heating up, I'm gonna show you the other fabric. So I got this one, which this is $2.95 a yard. This one is more of a kind of a glittery purple. You see the glitter? I thought that would translate really well with these other fabrics to throw in a little element of glitter on the quilt, right? And this one was $2.95 a yard. This one is marked to be $12.99 a yard. But this one is $2.95 a yard, and this one also is an 8-yard bolt of fabric. And then I found this one, which is like a floral kind of sort of like vine-ish pattern. I don't know how well you can see that. This one again was $2.95 a yard. So I was bad, but I was good because I only got stuff that was on sale. I didn't get anything, or well, actually it looks like one thing I got that was full price, I think. This one isn't glitter, but you can see it's kind of like a floral-ish texture type situation. Another purple. So I think all of these purples will translate and look really well together to make a jelly roll pack. Okay. So let me show you this other one. This one is purple as well. And you can see it's just like a light purple. Close. This is my shade as well. It's like a blue purple. And it has like the texture to it. It's not, you can't feel the texture, of course, but that's what the pattern looks like. Okay. And this one was $2.45 a yard. And it's again 8-yard bolt of fabric. Okay. So these are all the purples that was on a bolt, right? So this is my thinking. I don't know who all quilt. I think I've asked you. Thank you, Carla. I think you all, and Karen, I think you all have answered me before if I've asked you, do you quilt? And many of you say you do, and some say you don't. But if you do, what I was considering, because I had so much fun doing the jelly roll quilt, I thought about making jelly rolls out of all of this fabric, offering a great deal on a jelly roll so that you can come jelly roll with me and do the jelly roll race quilt with me. That was my thought. I haven't put it in action yet, but that's kind of where I was going with all of this. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different colors of purple on a bolt. Is that the regular price all the time? Well, this was all on, so right beside the long tables where the fabric is in folds on clearance, not clearance, but by weight. Right beside it, they have rows of gondolas or shelves that have fabric like this. It's on sale. So like after it's gone, it's gone. Okay. After it's gone, it's gone. If I'm not mistaken. And I'll confirm that with him. I don't need to go back down there no time soon, but I'll confirm it with him sooner, one way or another. I'll probably just call and see if that's the case. We're at 307. Hold on. Let me go grab the tent card real quick. And then I'm going to come back and show you the rest of how bad I was, because that's not all. Jelly roll quilt. I'm going to show you my jelly roll quilt, but a jelly roll is, oh, well, actually I have one. Let me go grab. Let me grab y'all the jelly roll and then I'm going to come back. What time is it? Woo, I'm running out of time. And then show y'all how bad I was. So this is a jelly roll, but it's technically not a jelly roll. So let me explain. This is like a jelly roll pack. Yes, they were 8-yard bolts, Miss Marilyn. They were 8 yards. This is a jelly roll pack. See, there's strips. The strips are 2.5 inches wide, but they are as wide as a bolt, as a thing of fabric. So let me grab this fabric right here. Okay, you remember I said this is 8 yards on this bolt. So it's 8 yards of fabric. But if I unfold the fabric and fold it all the way out, it's 44 inches wide from the selvage to the selvage. And the selvage is the raggedy end of the fabric. It's not necessarily raggedy, but whatever. It's the unfinished end of the fabric. So from one unfinished end to the other unfinished end is 44 inches on this specific fabric. So if I were to cut this fabric, it would be, for a jelly roll, it would be 2.5 inch wide, 2.5 inch this way by 44 inches end to end with a fabric. Thank you, Miss Joyce. With a fabric. Okay. That's what a strip would be of a jelly roll. So what I would do is cut maybe 2 strips of this one, 2.5 inches by width of fabric, which is 44. And then I would cut 2.5 inches. I would cut 2 strips of this, same thing, same size. And then I would cut 2 inches of this. And then I would cut 2 inches of this. And then I would cut 2 inches of this one. You see what I'm saying? And then all of these colors together, 2 strips of each color. So this one has, how many colors is in this one? It doesn't say. 40. This one has 40 strips in it. So 40 divided by 2 is 20. So it's almost like 20 different colors might be in here, or it could be colors repeat. I know there's colors repeated. So it's 10 different colors. I'm messing up my math, I'm sure. But anyway, long story short, the warehouse is Faust, F-O-U-S-T textiles. Faust textiles. So this is a 40 strip jelly roll pack. And usually it's in a roll. It looks like a cinnamon bun of fabric. That's a jelly roll. And what happens is you take one strip, and each strip in a jelly roll race, the way you sew it together is so easy for it to turn into a quilt. If I can do it, I know you can do it. And I could show you how to do it. And then we do one together. That's what, and I have a link to a video where a lady shows how to do it. And it's easy. And once you get the routine of it, she said you could probably do one in about an hour. I say maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours. But for your first time, it may be about 3 hours. Okay. But it does not take long to make a quilt. Okay. Let me show you the quilt that I did make with the jelly roll, which is why people were asking me, okay, you don't have purple. I didn't have purple at the store that I went. I didn't go get a jelly roll from the, and they do sell jelly rolls, by the way, at the fabric warehouse. They were $18. But I did not get one. I'm gonna put this on the ink because the heat press been ready. And my heat press has been acting up lately with so, oh, this is the wrong temperature. I'm glad I said that. Let me turn this heat down. Sorry, hold on. I'm gonna have to wait again because that was on sublimation. It's been getting an error on sublimation temperatures. But anyway, here is bomb cherry juice. She said it could be, I can see me doing this in an hour without any distractions. I totally can see me doing this in an hour. It's just straight stitching. That's it. There was nothing. I didn't have to iron nothing. I didn't have to do anything yet to sew it together. This is my jelly roll quilt. Look at how beautiful this is. I absolutely love this. I love this. Now, when I'm saying you can do a quilt in an hour, I'm talking about just the top, not the fuzz to go in the middle, not the batting and not the backing. This is just for the top. But look at this. Look at how beautiful this is. Look at how gorgeous that turned out. Look at that red. It's beautiful. This is beautiful. And it did, y'all, I was so impressed and just flabbergasted. All my gasteds were flabbered because I could not believe I did this, but that's how easy it was. Yes, just the quilt top. That's how easy this was. And it was just amazing. I had fun, even though, like I said, I had to stop every so often and help him out and love on him and stuff. But it was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed every bit of it. And I want to make another one. So somebody was like, well, you didn't do purple? And my first thought was, well, I don't have enough purple variations. So that's why I went to the warehouse, and unfortunately I found way too many purple variations. So here's one that I kind of wanted to send to Patrice because it's got the pretty sunflowers and her shades of blue in it, and that's why I got it, because it just reminded me of her. But I haven't checked with her to see if she even wanted it. Okay, so here's the rhinestones. All right, so I'm gonna put this on the heat press, and then we're going to press this now. And I'm not going to press this for long, because on cardstock, on fabric, I usually say 12 to 15 seconds. On cardstock, I could do even less than that, more like 10 seconds, because this is cardstock. It's thin, and it doesn't usually take much to get the rhinestones to stick. Okay, so this was kind of like really quick, and I'm going to let it cool just a little bit, but not a whole lot. Uh-oh. So the ink, because what's the name of it? Toner for the laser printer is applied with heat. Look what it did to it. So but it did stick to it. So what I would say is do the inkjet, because inkjet is not printed with heat. So it should do better with that. Bomb Cherry, me saying an hour is not, that's what the lady in the video said. It's not what I originally came in here to tell people. But what I will say is, maybe not for you, but this specific quilt top, I know for a fact I can get it done in an hour. I know I could, because that's just how easy it was to do. It just didn't make no sense. And the strips are already cut. There wasn't anything I needed to do. So let me show you how else I was bad. No, it's not lying. Some people sew very quickly. For instance, Chris Smith, who is very professional. Miss Joyce did it in an hour. Straight line sewing is quick. Now, if you're doing the other kind of quilting where you piecing all kind of stuff together, then yeah, it would definitely take longer. But it's not, arguing. I'm just stating facts of folks that I've seen. Yeah, and trust me, this challenge is right up my alley, because I like sewing quickly. I like to sew fast. So Chris Smith, would you think you would be able to do that in an hour? All your strips are there. You already got your colors laid out the way you want them. Here's more fabric. This was on the by weight section. Okay. So this is the type stuff that you can get. I don't know how many yards or whatever, but I do know that this is like width of fabric type stuff. Okay. So here's purple polka dots, darker purple polka dots. So this could be added into that. Here's a more reddish purple. It's no worry. An hour or less. Chris Smith, I know you can. Chris Smith be out there like quilting her tail off. Do you hear me? This is more of a plum. This is plum. This could possibly Lay it down. Hilarious. Now that's without ironing though. See, if I add ironing, I know it's gonna take me longer because I'm not a fan of ironing. And then here's a, so this one is kind of like lavender, but with darker polka, like a light lavender with darker polka dots. So this could go in with it too. And this, oh my gosh, y'all, look at this. Look at that. That is so pretty. It's so pretty. The purples. I was just like, you know what? I could, I could, yeah. Miss Joyce, I love you fabric. Right, right. So this possibly could even go in that jelly roll quilt. But this is the type of stuff that sometimes you will find on that table that's by the pound. Okay. So this normally, how much would this, something like this normally be? This is licensed. This is licensed. So when I saw they had the licensed fabric by pound on the table, unfortunately, I bought it off. I bought it off because I'm like, okay, you know what? Whatever. I'm going for it because that's my husband's team, and I know several other people who like Carolina. I'm getting the Carolina fabric. Okay. This is a darker blue, kind of like the purple that I thought might would go with this. I don't know. Now that I'm looking at it in the camera, this is kind of like a different blue. I don't know. I gotta run that past the professional back there. And then I got white. Now this was regular price. This one was regular price, which I don't know what the regular price is. It was on the rack, but I don't see it. It might be what's on the boat, which is $6.99 a yard. But this is just a regular soft cotton, and it is 100% cotton, and it is 44 inches and 8 yards on this boat as well. And then this blue was, I think, regular price. Yeah, it was. So if it's is marked, this one is $9.99 a yard. Quilter's cotton. Keepsake calico blue. So I was like, I could put this and this and this together to make like a jelly roll, or instead of a jelly roll, do a regular quilt and use the Carolina in different places on the quilt. That's true, Keisha. That's true. Yeah, the regular prices are, I mean, there it's what's on the, this is like what's in the store. There ain't no, see, this is printed on the actual boat itself. And they do order fabrics from time to time. They get a lot of designer fabrics in as well. So there sometimes they'll have special designer fabrics coming in, like the bluey fabric that I ordered. That's not something they I don't know. So I guess maybe they order different color, different stuff from time to time that they'll just keep, but they just had their semi-annual sale. Um and they were out of a lot of stuff that normally they probably would have had. But I found this. The blue in your lavender flower print matches that blue. Yeah, but the purple don't. I don't know. Yes, it is clean Kings Mountain. It is Kings Mountain. So yes, the fabric warehouse there is awesome. I love the owner. The owner is just a really nice guy. And like I said, I was bad. I bought all of this daggum fabric when I just got rid of fabric. Just got rid of fabric. And I done bought more. But if you guys are, which I figured some folks would be willing to do a jelly roll race with me. And if you are, then I'll get with you shortly after BlingFest and we'll get this fabric cut up. Again, I only have purples though. So if you want to do with the purples, let me know because I do have the purples, but I don't have the other colors. And I promise you, I'm not going back to that warehouse to get any other colors because I like my life and I like being married. So I'm just going to stay my butt right here where I am and use what I got. So yeah, there's that. But I do have these other, these few colors too. Okay. So yeah, email me if you think you would like to. Oh, thank you, Bomb Cherry. Thank you very much. Isn't that always a thing? Get rid of fabric material and then more comes in and a bow. We're trying to break that cycle. We're trying to break that cycle. I do a jelly roll race, even though pink is my jam. And I mean, they have all the colors there. And don't get it twisted. I probably have pink in my storage building out there in bins. Cause like I said, I kind of went through my fabric and I'm trying to do better, and I got rid of a lot of stuff, but a lot of cotton, I did keep cottons that are in bolts like that, or flats, like the flat folds like that, because I didn't know. But now I'm in love with this. This was so the and if you've been watching me for any time, you know we've been talking about quilting, and I'm still kind of confused about normal quilting. I really am. And I got folks in the bushes or out there in the chat that have been helping me along the way. But somehow I came across this method, and then coming across this method, this was so easy and fast that I'm tickled that I was able to do this. And I really want to do another one, even though this one ain't completely finished. I still have to put the batting and I still have to quilt it. So at some point I'll be doing that. But it'll have to be after BlingFest, because now is BlingFest go time, because like I said, the tickets go off sale Friday at noon California time and 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because that gives me 2 hours to get the final menu items and numbers to our BlingFest hosting site and let them know what we're working with and go from there. So I'll be on BlingFest go time from now until a week, 2 weeks after BlingFest. Hold on, let me make sure I'm giving you the right answers. So October 24th. Yeah. So the week after BlingFest, I'm sure I'm going to be in a fibro flare. I hope not. I'm going to try and take precautions. But my adrenaline is so high for BlingFest. Usually I'm kind of in pain afterwards, but I'm going to try and fight that, right? And then the next Friday after BlingFest is our annual family trip to the mountains. So I will be gone out of town. I did think about quilting while I was out of town. I know my husband gonna kill me dead when he hears me say this, but I did think about it because it was fun. And there's a quilt store up there. So even if I don't quilt while I'm up there, I may go and talk to them and meet them again. They were really nice up there. So but saying all that to say, after vacation, then it can be back to regularly scheduled programs. Because I won't be, because I'm so excited. I have been doing so many things for BlingFest. So many of y'all's goodies have come in. So many things have come in for me to make sure that your event goes well and is fun, and that y'all have a good time. The main last piece I need is all of the menus so that I can go talk to the chef again and see him eyeball to eyeball and work out a plan to make sure that everything goes nice and smooth for everyone so that you'll have a good time. Okay. So I'm so excited. Thank you all for those who want to come to BlingFest but cannot come to BlingFest. I appreciate you. I thank you. I wish you could come, but the fact that you even want to come is an honor. It is an honor. And for those who are coming, I'm looking so forward to seeing you. We are looking forward to seeing you, getting our hugs, seeing those beautiful, friendly faces, seeing the people that we love and that we haven't seen in a while, that we love to craft with, and just really looking forward to spending time with you and seeing you spend time with each other. It's always a joy and a pleasure to put these BlingFests together and try and get all these little minor details done, and try to do better than the last one. That's always the goal. So I'm looking forward to this year even more. I'm beyond excited for this year, because I listened to some folks and some things are going to change this year. And I know you're going to like it. I know you are. There's no doubt in my mind. And so that's where I'm going with this. And I'm just really, really excited. The photographer is ready. Our singing entertainment for the dinner is ready. I got to make sure that the chef is cool, make sure everything is good. So I ain't got to stab nobody in the neck with a knife, not a knife or fork. Lord, I'm saying all kind of banned words on YouTube right now. But I'm just saying I'm very excited. I am so excited. I don't sleep. I haven't really been sleeping well because every time I lay down to go to sleep, I'm like, ooh, I could probably do that too. Or, ooh, that would be cute if I could add that as well. Or, oh man, I need to make sure of this. Or how am I going to put that together? And how am I going to, it's a constant. It's a constant. I'm constantly working on it and I'm going to constantly work on it until the day of. And so you best believe I'm going all out as much as I possibly can to make sure that this is the best Bling Fest ever. Okay. And then next year will probably be the best Bling Fest ever. But for right now, this is going to be the best Bling Fest ever. So I'm excited. So thank y'all so very much. Keisha, let me know how it works. Oh yeah, SS6 is going to be a pain. That's just, I don't know what it is. I think because it's such tight quarters, SS6 can be difficult. So start with SS10, master SS10, and once you get good with SS10, then go back and do SS6. Because SS6 is it's a challenge to weed because those little tight circles a lot of times don't cut cleanly, unfortunately. Sometimes the SS10 don't really cut. Depending on the machine, the SS10 holes may not cut cleanly either. And that's not a fault of your own. That's just how the machine. So if your machine had a feature called overcut, that would eliminate a lot of y'all's problems cutting flop. But my GraphTech has overcut, but I don't think the Cricut does. More than positive, Cricut doesn't have an overcut feature. So, but yes, I am looking forward to seeing y'all, looking forward to hugging and saying hey. But for now, I'm gonna go get in the bed and probably think of some more BlingFest stuff to come up with. But I'm banned from spending more money, unfortunately. I've been banned, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now. All right, you guys it has a double cut. Okay, try double cut. Try double cut. But unfortunately, double cut may cut into your mat. I've never liked double cut, and it takes longer for double cut. It doubles the time that it would take to cut out a template. That's the other reason I don't like double cut. But overcut is different. It's not the same. So, but yeah. Alrighty, you guys. I'm so excited. Looking forward to seeing you all next week. But until we see you then, we hope you have happy crafting. I would say blinging. I would say quilting. I would say fabric buying. But, all of that is included in crafting. All right, y'all have a good night. Bye. I'm probably going to go back there and get busted, but it'll be all right. It's worth it for y'all. Bye.